Hey friends, it's time for a timeout. So grab your favorite beverage and your favorite chair and join us on today's show. Get ready to send us your comments and questions for our incredible guest. I'm your host, Steve Francis. It's going to be a great night on Time Out with Steve. Well, hey everybody, welcome in tonight. We're so glad you're here. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Tuesday night. Thanks for taking the time out. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's a beautiful day today. The weather was awesome. And so thanks for taking a few minutes to join us tonight. And thanks for the comments. Man, you guys are giving us some great feedback about our guests and what we're doing here. So that just encourages us. Thank you so much. Miss Wilda, hey there, she's watching. Thanks for joining us. Welcome in. Linda Collins is here. Welcome, Miss Linda. Thanks for joining us. Susan Cox watching. Excellent. Thanks so much. And I just said, I think today's Thursday. I just said Tuesday. Gosh, this quarantine is going crazy, right? So today is Thursday. I said Tuesday. Man, can you believe it? Well, anyway, welcome in. Glad you're here. Hey, we got a lot of comments about where people are going to go eat for the first time. So that's been kind of interesting when all this breaks, which, hey, I was out today and more people are out. So, hey, I think it's already kind of happened, if you will. There's lots of people out. And so we're ready to get back going. It's my sense. Hope that you're doing well. Here's my dad on here. Hi, Steve. Welcome in. Glad you're here, Dad. And got lots of people joining us. So thanks for coming in. Here's another one. Jill Pieterberger. Love Daniel and Rhonda. Go team. Awesome. Very good. Pat Crawford. Thursday. Yep, I am here. Yeah, thank you, Miss Pat. It is Thursday, not Tuesday. Let's see the Pieterbergers were on Tuesday. I should have remembered that. Anyway, it's Thursday. Okay, so here's your dad joke of the day for the program. Why did the coach go to the bank? Why did the coach go to the bank? To get his quarterback. Get it? To get his quarterback. Hey, real quick, before we bring on our guests, I found a song, and it really fits tonight because I've already messed up the days. And it's by a guy named Terry Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw is a football player in the NFL Football Hall of Fame. Pittsburgh Steelers, won some Super Bowls, and now he's a funny guy. He tells stories. He's kind of a comedian, and he writes a few songs and actually sings a few songs. And I came across this song. It's only like 2 minutes. I've been singing it since I heard it. I got to play it for you. He sat down and wrote a song, Quarantine Crazy. And obviously I'm quarantine crazy because I got the days of the week mixed up. But he wrote a song about quarantine crazy. It's a funny song. But I think somewhere in one of the lines you'll find yourself. So here we go, Quarantine Crazy. You ready?
I told my wife to be patient with me. I'll slow it down and find some time, you'll see, to spend with you and these bundles of joy. Well, my wish came true, but it wasn't by choice. Now all this time with them has sure been a blessing. Just hanging out together 24/7. Now it was fun for a week, I'll admit it. But my cabin fever's piled to reach its limit. Going quarantine crazy. I'm talking straight jacket lately. Another day or two might break me. I'm going quarantine crazy. I make it break it like Billy Ray Cyrus. 'Cause if I leave I might get that virus. We're all out of beans and all out of taters. Come in unravel like the last roll of toilet paper. Going quarantine crazy. I'm talking straight jacket lately. Another day or two might break me. I'm going quarantine crazy. the Explorer. The kids are all fighting while the dogs all are snoring. If I ever say I need some time off again, somebody punch me square in the chin. I go in quarantine crazy, plumb out of my mind lately. Don't usually let nothing faze me. I'm going quarantine crazy. I'm pretty sure my wife hates me. I'm going quarantine crazy. Oh, I'm losing my mind. I ain't happy.
All right, so there you go, Quarantine Crazy. Let me know what you think of the song. It's kind of crazy, I know, but hey, I felt that way a few days over the course of all this. Hopefully we're about done. All right, so here's our guests tonight, Daniel and Rhonda Hinten. Let's bring them in. Let's see if I can do this. Bring them in. Hey, there's Daniel, Rhonda. Can you see me? We see you. Welcome. Hey, you guys going to have to scoot together a little bit. You're like cut off. Yeah, act like you like each other. There you go.
We have to act like we like each other.
Yeah, exactly. So welcome in, Daniel and Rhonda Hinten right here. Awesome on Thursday night. I keep getting that messed up. I almost said Tuesday night again. It's Thursday night. So welcome in, guys. We're glad you're here. How are you guys doing? What's going on with Corona in the Hinten house?
Well, we really haven't slowed down a whole lot. It hasn't affected us too much as far as what we do anyway. So we're just living life and going with it.
So everybody's doing good?
Yep, everybody's doing good.
Okay, everybody's well?
Yep.
And
everybody stayed healthy, so we're doing great.
And you haven't went quarantine crazy yet?
Not yet. Well, she's about gone that way a couple times.
Oh, my gosh.
Did have to take a jump to Mountain Home the other day to get her out of that.
Okay, so he took care of you, Miss Rhonda, is that right?
He did.
Okay, good. Awesome. So let's hear a little bit about your story. Where did you guys grow up?
I grew up in North Missouri, a little town called Centralia, which is about 20 miles north of Columbia.
Okay.
I grew up around here, lived in Willow Springs for a little while, and then we moved to West Plains.
Okay, awesome. So where did you guys meet at then? That's two different worlds, North Missouri, West Plains. College, you met in college?
Yep.
Okay.
In Moberly, Missouri, there's a Bible college up there, and that's where we met.
Awesome. And how long ago was that?
Let's see if she gets it right.
You go ahead. I know our anniversary's this week, but...
Actually, we met in 1982 because that's when she started up there in the fall of 82.
Okay. So that's been, let's see, 30?
It'll be 30. Well, we will have been married 30, let me count here. I got to figure it up here real quick.
Use your fingers and toes.
I got to do that just about. 36 years on Tuesday.
Wow. That's awesome. Congrats, guys. It's awesome. All right, turn your camera just a little bit, or Miss Rhonda, scoot in. We're just shooting half your face. Yeah, okay, come back just a little bit, Daniel. Split the difference.
And ours, it looks perfect, so I can't.
Oh, there you go. Perfect right there. Awesome. Okay. Awesome sauce. Okay, so talk to us about your family, children, all that good stuff.
We have 3 kids, Danielle, Kara, and Donnie. Danielle lives in Branson with her family and has 3 little ones. Kara lives
next door
and has 3 little ones. And our son and his wife live in Oklahoma City.
Okay, great. And from what I hear, all great kids, right?
Some days.
They are. They are.
I bet you guys are pretty cool grandparents, too.
We try to be.
We think so.
I bet it would be lots of fun at your house. Because you guys kind of live out. Aren't you like a farmer now or something, Daniel?
Yeah, we live on a farm, I guess. We got a few cows and a horse, and that's about it, and a dog.
And a dog. And doesn't the farm have a name?
Yes. I should have worn my hat, but I didn't. It's called Foggy Bottom Farms. Rhonda and Donnie came up with that name.
Okay, so what's the history on the Foggy Bottom Farm name?
Well, if you look out our dining room French doors, there's a little valley down through there where the field is. And in mornings when it's foggy, that all fogs over like that. And so it was foggy one morning, and they were talking, and they came up with that name.
Okay. Awesome. Very good. So I know, tell us about your background, Daniel. You have a background in law enforcement, correct?
Yes, I spent 32 years as a trooper for the Missouri State Highway Patrol.
Okay. And what was your last assignment? Kind of how did you move up through the organization?
Well, I worked the road, started out as a road trooper, and we lived in actually Potosi for about 5 years. That's where I was first assigned. That's about an hour and a half south of St. Louis for anybody who doesn't know where that is. And then we decided we wanted to move closer back to family, so we moved to moved to Mountain View, and then to Willow Springs, and was there. Made corporal, which is the next rank up, and then did that for several years, and then toward the end of the career, I took over as the evidence officer and did that for several years, about 7 or 8 years, I guess, and then went back to the road for the last part of my career.
Wow, and didn't you do some training? I think you told me one time.
I've done lots of training. They take guys from the field, guys and gals from the field, and take them up to Jeff City to assist them in training. They're called just field trainers, and I've done a lot of it. I've taught radar, you name it, and I've probably taught it. I've taught how to do the breathalyzers. I've taught first aid, first responder. I taught them how to drive up there, which was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing that. I taught them field sobriety testing and all kinds of things.
Daniel's told me some stories about the training. Wouldn't it be so cool to be the guy who trains people how to drive like law enforcement gets to drive?
Yeah, we have a lot of fun, trust me.
Man, that's awesome. So you had a great career there. And Miss Rhonda, what was your part in all of those 32 years?
I was a homemaker until all of my kids got into school, and then I went to work for the Willow Springs School District as a parent educator with the Parents as Teachers program, and did that for 10 years until my first grandbaby was born, and then I stayed home.
That changed that.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let's talk about favorite place to go. Oh, no, I got a joke. Sorry. I did look this one up, and I just kind of Googled funny law enforcement jokes. So it's not original, but here's the joke. What did the police officer say to his belly button? You're under a vest. Yeah,
that's true.
It's kind of bad. All right,
that is true.
Kind of bad. And I also heard that today is Hairstylist Appreciation Day. I heard that. But none of them are styling hair. They're closed.
I know. Isn't that terrible?
So I don't know how you're supposed to appreciate your hairstyles. I would actually like to go get a haircut, to be honest with you. I'm dying to get a haircut, but they're all closed. So, all right, your favorite place to go?
My favorite place is Tennessee. I love Tennessee. I love the Smoky Mountains.
Did you see what I was wearing?
No, I can't see it. It's a little blurry, but oh yeah, I see it. I love the Smoky Mountains.
I thought that was true, and so I wore my Great Smoky Mountains hat. This hat was purchased on the Strip in Gatlinburg, downtown Gatlinburg.
Yep. I've got one too that I bought 2 years ago, last time we were there, and I bought one too.
Yeah.
On that Strip.
We love that place. It's I think I've got my hat crooked now. We love that place, and we went there on our honeymoon and went there for several years. And I think I've got my hat crooked now. It's backwards. Anyway, love the place, and so that's why we're at. Awesome. Daniel, what about you? Where's your favorite place?
That would be mine too.
That's a place?
Yep. I love it.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, we like to go there too. Favorite food?
Chinese.
Ooh.
Mexican.
Ooh. Do those ever blend?
No, but we usually eat more Chinese than Mexican.
Oh. Do you cook Chinese, Miss Rhonda?
No, that's why I like to eat it, because I go out to eat it.
Isn't that something? I never have met anyone that really cooks Chinese. Like, I guess you have to be in that environment to know how to cook it, because most people I know do not know how to cook it. Okay, Miss Pat Crawford says, "Oh, Smoky's my heart place." She's commenting in. Thank you, Miss Pat. Yeah, we got lots of folks watching. Okay, so now let's talk about the new chapter in the Hinten family. What's going on right now? You're retired from the parents as teacher, Miss Rhonda. You're being a grandparent. Dan, you retired from the patrol. So what's the new chapter for the Hintens right now?
Well, right now we're working in the church, doing a lot of stuff there. We're helping out in the missions, and that's something that we kind of got started in. Rhonda's wanted to always do that, and I kind of drug my feet big time on it. But now that I'm retired and we have lots of time to do it, we've been on the Oklahoma mission trips, and we've also been on other mission trips too. But that was the one that kind of really set us out to say, hey, this is something that we feel like we can do, and we like to do it. And so that's kind of where it started. And so we are kind of heading up that area of the church right now, helping them out in that.
Okay, so let's talk about what that means. Like, what does missions mean in your mind? What does that look like?
Well, mostly in my mind, it's not sitting at home and doing things or just giving money, but actually going places and serving and doing things. Like I said, we've done the Oklahoma trip for the 3 years that we've gone. Right? Every year that we've gone, we've done that. We've been on a couple others from other churches that in our lifetime when we've been around different places. We've gone on other trips. Been to Mexico. She went to Mexico twice. I went to Mexico once. Not at the same time, so we've never been there together actually. But we've done things like that.
That's great. And in West Plains, you guys specifically are doing some missions things. In fact, right behind you, it looks like there's something going on.
Yeah, good.
This was one of our nights for people to be able to bring donations for our clothing store that we're going to open. So we're in the room where we were sorting. I wish we could have been in the clothing store, but we don't have internet over there. Okay.
So can we talk about this? Is this like out of the bag? So basically, you guys are through the church, you might say, preparing a clothing share. Is that correct? Where people can come in and get some clothes and get some items that would be a blessing to their family. Did I say that correctly?
Yes. Yes, we are. That's what we're doing. We used to do the clothing share at the back to school bash. And I know that we have several people that come just when I've been in the foyer on Sunday mornings that will come on Sunday mornings that need. One day we had 2 adult men they were not together, come at separate times that just needed coats that day. But we have lots of people that need things like that, and we want to be able to bless them and be able to start a conversation up with them about our Jesus, and maybe a door be opened where we could develop a relationship with the people in need and show them more about Jesus.
That's awesome. And so you guys are prepping that right now, and it looks like you're getting plenty of stuff. So that's coming in, right?
It is. I will put out there that we always need boys' items. Okay. I think boys are harder on their clothes, so we don't have as many to donate.
Gotcha.
Boys, but we're always lacking in the boys, in middle school, high school boys' clothes.
Okay, good. That's good to know how we can plug in there. And then, Daniel, something else happens on Mondays and Wednesdays that I've heard about. What's that all about?
It's the food bank or food pantry. It's been going on for several years, but it serves the community. They come. We do it from 9 o'clock until about 11:45 on Mondays and Wednesdays. And surprisingly, with this coronavirus and the lockdown and everything else, we haven't seen as big of an increase as I really expected that we would. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people that are helping in different ways and donating food, and there's places you can go. So that must be, covering a lot of people. But There's still a lot that goes on there. I think if I've got my numbers right, excuse me, we probably average about 3 tons of food a month that they give away over there.
Wow. 3 tons of food a month.
Yeah.
That's a lot of food.
That's a lot of food.
And then I heard you guys got a cow donated last
Yes.
week or something. Is that true?
Yes, Monday actually was kind of interesting because Julie Daughter is the one who actually orders all the food through Ozark Food Harvest. And she had told me earlier that they were short on things that they could order this month because of Ozark Food Harvest has dropped all their prices. Everything's free during this time. And so there's been a lot more of an increase of food banks ordering from them. So there wasn't much to choose from. So she was wondering if there was money available, whatever, to just buy stuff that they needed to supplement that. And I told her I'd check into it, and we did, and there was money available. But in the process of that, by the time Monday's food bank closed, somebody had come in and donated a check for $600. Another person had come in and donated a check for $125. And then when I went over the last time, she said some lady had come in and said she had just donated about an 800 to 1,000 pound steer and was going to take it to the processing plant and donate all that to us, to the food pantry.
So it all worked itself out.
That's exactly right. God's good.
Awesome. Amen. Amen. All right. Excellent. So here's one other question I have. Why do y'all do all this? Like what do you get out of serving in missions? And like, cause I know a little bit more of the backstory. You guys serve wonderfully. Like you always seem to be helping someone, involved in a project, cleaning something up, building something, preparing, handing out, doing all these things. It's really an inspiration, to be quite honest. And so why do you guys do, like, where do you get the motivation and the strength, and why do you do all this?
God is very good to us. He's very good. He's been really good to our family. And like with the clothing store, if I can meet a need, help somebody meet a need, that's my opening to start ministering to them about Jesus. And that's why I do it. He's done so much for us, and I want to be able to show his love to other people and to serve him in that way. That just seems to be the way that works for us.
It's awesome. Daniel, would you add to that?
Well, it's something that we have always, and this is not in a derogatory term in any way, shape, or form, but we are always championing the underdog. If somebody is in need, or somebody, just doesn't have as much, or, maybe society looks down on them, that's the kind of people that we're drawn to. I mean, we just are, and we want to help them out. And so it's just something that we have probably done a lot, just not really through church necessarily, but just at different times, been drawn to that kind of a crowd. And so it was kind of natural to transition into, the missions where you can do things like that and help people in that way.
That's great. It's awesome. Well, you guys are a blessing to so many, and I've seen it firsthand. And man, we just want to thank you guys for all your service to our King and to our community. It's really a blessing. It's awesome to see.
Thank you.
All right, so before we go, anything on your heart that you guys would say, hey, I just want to share this, or this is on my heart, or I'd really like to say this? Anything before we go tonight?
We have lots of ideas of things that we want to do in the mission department with different things. So if you hear those things brought up, just get behind it and look for ways that you can go out and serve. And maybe get out of your comfort zone a little bit. It might not be real comfortable, but get out and serve. And while you're serving, and be able to tell some people about Jesus. And we're going to be looking for volunteers as soon as we get back into the swing of things for our clothing store. And we'll be training our volunteers. So we would love to have a big turnout for that.
It's awesome. I know go ahead, Daniel.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to add to that we're trying, like Rhonda said, there's a lot of things that go off in our mind about things that we want to do, other places that we've been and seen things that we've helped do and think that would work good here. And so we have a lot of ideas going on. And so hopefully in the next 5 years or so, you should find lots of opportunities to be able to serve somewhere.
Yeah, and what's really cool, at least I've experienced, if you go and serve, whether it's a group or a community or a project, and you kind of go into it thinking, man, I'm going to really fix this up and I'm going to really help these people out. When you get done with it, they're the ones that turn into helping you out. Like I'm the one that got the blessing and thinking I was going to go in and bless them, Right. And then I leave with the blessing. Have you guys experienced that?
Yes.
Especially with Oklahoma. We've been to the same church out on the reservation for the last 3 years, and we've made some pretty close ties to some of those children out there, and we really miss them in the between times that we're not there. And so it's really, really nice to go back and have them come for that week, and just even though it's just 1 week, we still get to have that time of sharing together and just reconnect there, and it's really fun. We love it.
Yeah, it's a special time for them, but it's also a special time for the people that go.
Yes, very much.
For sure. Well, awesome. Well, we've been on here about 30 minutes. We've got lots of folks watching, and I think we're going to about sign off. But before we do, tomorrow is the first day of May, which I've heard called May Day.
Yes.
Do you know anything about May Day?
Well, we were just talking about that earlier. We used to, when she did, and I guess, and we did too, that when you're in elementary school, we used to do the flagpole thing.
Yeah.
Mayday pole.
Mayday pole, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that meant.
We were talking about it.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know what all that entailed. We were doing it.
Yeah, somebody said it's the start of spring, which it's not the official start of spring, but changing the calendar. So I don't know. It's also school. You mentioned elementary school. It's also School Principals Day tomorrow. Oh. And we've got some really great ones here in West Plains at our elementary school, our middle school, our high school, and, of course, OCA. We got some great principals in our community. And also, tomorrow night and Saturday is popcorn and snacks at Glass Sword Theater. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
So they're doing a drive-through. You just get in line, and they bring out popcorn or snacks. They have a little menu. And so you can get your popcorn and go home and watch a movie because they're not open yet. But you can go through and get some goodies and help them out and eat some really good popcorn. So that's going on tomorrow night too. And then next Tuesday night, when I get back my days right, next Tuesday night, our guests are John and Michaela King. You know them?
I've met them once or twice.
Yeah, lots of people have, actually. So that's the deal. Well, hey, thanks so much for being with us tonight. We appreciate you guys sharing your story and really all that you do and who you are. And, man, it's like a new chapter for the Hintens, and we're just excited to see what happens and where it goes.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. See you later.
All right, see you.